A very good morning. Welcome, Jeff Lawton online on the 1st of May. I think it's Wednesday, the 1st of May. Whole new month. April was a very good month, I have to say. We had a very good entry, and one of my horses won on Saturday as well. So I'm very pleased with the way that April went. So let's get into May. The first thing I want to say is Ascot today. And it's probably as bad an Ascot card as I can remember ever seeing. I don't think there's anything on the card that makes me want to start having a bet, so I'm not going to bother. I'm not even going to bother at Pontefract either. In fact, the only place really that I've had a bet today is at Wolverhampton in the second race, a horse that I stuck up when it won at Windsor at 4-1. We ain't going to see that price today, but Arch Legend I thought won quite well at Windsor. Beat a horse called Cock and Bull who was just touched off the other day. Arch Legend does look a progressive type. It won off 55 and carries a £6 penalty today. It's the typical sort of Mark and Charlie Johnson horse that will go up through the ranks. I'm not saying it's going to be any sort of superstar, but it is a big sort of horse, big type, and I do think he's going to go on improving. I would expect him to win. He was as big as 11-8 this morning. I think he's about 8-11 now, so it's not a lot of good to you at the moment. Let's look at Kempton. Just a couple of races to look at Kempton. Well, one in particular. Let's look at the 9 o'clock. Bur Dubai. Now, this was, I think, 5th in the listed Blue Ribbon trial at Epsom just over a week ago. Could be an hell of a fluke. I mean, he was 100-1 that day. Could have been hell of a fluke. But I did like the way he travelled. And he was only beaten about 5 lengths in total, I think. That if he runs anywhere near that form, he'd be good enough to go and win this quite comfortably. And I think he's worth looking at in the 9 o'clock. As is in the 5:05 at Brighton. Thought 10 Club did it really well last week. Drops back to 5 furlongs today. Needs to be sharp away from that one draw. If it is and can dominate, I think it definitely will follow up. But it's an if. And as I said, the only bet I've really had all day on the flat is Arch Legend. So I do want to go and look at Punchestown. Thought there was some. It looked like a Willie Mullins benefit today over there. And I think there's 1 or 2 races that you just might want to have a few quid in. 3:05 first of all. He's got Blizzard of Oz. Now, Blizzard of Oz takes on Answer to Cafe. Although the money's been for Blizzard of Oz this morning, if I was going to have a bet, I would have a little bit on the top one, Answer to Cafe. But as I say, I haven't at the moment. I have played in the 340 at Punchestown. Mr. Giff, I backed quite early this morning. Trying to think, I've got about 13-8. I think he was quite early this morning. I do think he is different class to these. They're making Nicky Henderson's East India Express second favourite. Can't have that at all. I don't think it's in the same bracket as Mr. Giff, and I thought that one would win. Thought he'd also probably win the Grade 1 novice hurdle with Dancing City. That travelled really well at entry. Didn't quite find as much as I expected, but that could have been because it was quite testing ground. But he won that easily enough, and again, I think he'd probably follow up. And I think they'll have a treble, at least a treble, with Jasmine DeVoe in the National Champion Bumper. That won the Cheltenham Bumper, and again, thought he was quite impressive. I know Patrick Mullins said he wasn't a big, robust sort, which is why he went round the outside, but I do think that could be different class to these as well. He beat Romeo Coolio easily enough, I thought, at Cheltenham, and I don't see any reason why that would change the result today. So they're the only races I really want to look at. I mean, Galopin de Champs should win, so it should be a Willie Mullins, at least 4, I would have thought today. But I've only had a couple of bets today, and if you do want to know what they are, or you want to continue to get to know what they are at 8:30 in the morning, then drop me a line on the email below, jefflaughtonmanagement@gmail.com. Many thanks.